referendum on the government's response to the coronavirus pandemic, India remains the second worst affected country in terms of total confirmed infections. Our correspondent Rebecca Bundan reports from FSN in Mumbai.
The election in Bihar, one of India's poorest and most populous states, turned out to be a nail-biter. In the end, the BJP-led alliance won 125 seats in the 243-member assembly, as it edged ahead of the opposition. Exit polls had suggested that the RJD's coalition would win, but even though the RJD with 75 seats emerged the single largest party, the BJP alliance won more seats overall. The results are seen as a significant boost for Prime Minister Narendra Modi's BJP amid criticism over the handling of the pandemic, including the economic impact of a nationwide lockdown. Rebecca Bundan, Mumbai.
US President-elect Joe Biden has called President Trump's refusal to concede the election an embarrassment. Mr. Biden was speaking to reporters in Delaware after addressing the Supreme Court challenge to Obamacare. The developers of Russia's leading COVID-19 vaccine candidate say it's 92% effective in preventing infection. The already registered vaccine is currently in phase 3 of clinical trials. Mass vaccination is expected within weeks. FSN's Julia Chapman reports from Moscow.
16,000 trial participants have received both shots of the 2-dose Sputnik V vaccine. A further 20,000 have received the first shot only. 40,000 people are taking part in the trial as a whole, and 25% of them will receive a placebo. Developers say participants have shown only mild side effects, none of which were unexpected. Russia was accused of rushing its vaccine development process when regulators approved Sputnik V in August. The Russian announcement follows news from American pharmaceutical company Pfizer, who announced this week that its vaccine is 90% effective. Sputnik V's developer, Dr. Alexander Ginsburg, says mass vaccination will begin in Russia in the coming weeks.
Britney Spears has had an attempt to remove her father as conservator of her estate rejected by a US court. She says she's afraid of him and won't perform until he's removed as her legal guardian. Jamie Spears' lawyer argues he continues to act in his daughter's best interests. From bureaus worldwide, this is FSN.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. And they all have one thing in common. Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard, that's optional. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So mommy's gonna teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes, right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops, the rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
How's it going? I'm having a stroke. Are you going to shake my hand? I'm having a stroke. Wow, you're not even moving your arm. I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
The storks are bringing me a baby brother. We can do this together.
All right, let's go.
Storks know how to keep kids safe. Do you?
What?
Oh my gosh, you don't know.
I know.
You don't. Oh man, you laugh when you're uncomfortable.
No.
Making sure your child is in the right car seat is one of the steps to safer travel.
I will rock this.
You will rock this.
To know for sure that your child is in the right car seat for their age and size, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
Cool. Very cool.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
The following is a production of Fenix Media. The views expressed do not necessarily represent those of the company or its advertisers and may contain language that's unsuitable for younger listeners.
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
I'm about to do to you what Limp Bizkit did to music in the late 90s.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Here goes the last DJ.
Gentlemen, I wash my hands of this weirdness.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another brand new episode of the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. It is Wednesday, November 11th. We are your daily dose of laughs and levity in a crazy, crazy world. I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. Tony Sanfilippo, rocking those Veteran Day Denver Broncos gear. And salute to service. Obviously, we want to take a moment to thank all of the veterans out there, all of those who have served. We've got some close friends that have been part of our military, and we truly appreciate everything that you guys have done.
Yeah, absolutely. Good morning, everybody. It is a new day, new episode, and it is Veterans Day. So, yeah, thank you to all the veterans out there. It's one thing I wish I would have done in my life, but didn't take that path. But I do get to rock the nice camo gear today, so that's always fun.
Yeah,
it's always fun to be a little festive even on the show. So
exactly. Well, folks, let's go ahead and kick things off the way we do each and every day with a question for my co-host. Tony, have you ever craved a food or a food place so bad that you felt that they should give it to you for free?
Well, you always kind of hope you get like a discount or something. I've never felt that way where I've got to get it for free, you know, unless it's like your birthday or something. And then it's like when you're dating somebody and they're like, oh, what do you want to go for dinner? I'm going to take you out. Then you know it's free and then you get to pick your food. But that would be about as close as that gets. I always anticipate I'm going to pay. So, so never free unless it's like a birthday. So yeah, I'll go with that with the hypothetical hat there.
There you go. And actually, you bring up a good point. There are a lot of restaurants that if you're part of their rewards program or whatever it is, you get a free meal on your birthday anyway.
Red Robin, all month long, man.
Yep. And that's the thing, you know, you can push it a little bit, you know, like, for instance, my birthday is December 20th. Yeah, I could go December 1st and get a free meal. But that's part of the rules, so.
It's always good.
Well, in this case, free food isn't worth getting arrested over. Authorities arrested a woman in Dallas, Georgia, after she allegedly tried to convince restaurant workers that she was an FBI agent and should get free food. Even when police officers arrived, the woman apparently continued to claim she was a federal agent. Kimberly George Ragsdale attempted to get free food from a Chick-fil-A by pretending to be an FBI agent, the Polk County Standard-Journal reports. Employees were apparently not convinced and called 911 to report the woman. According to the news outlet, this is not the first time Ragsdale has attempted to get free food and has threatened to arrest employees when they didn't provide the food. When officers arrived, Ragsdale reportedly continued to claim she was a federal agent. She allegedly told officers that she had no identification because her credentials were electronic only. Officers placed Ragsdale in handcuffs and arrested her. She reportedly pretended to talk to supposed radio in her shirt, reporting that she was being arrested and that the FBI needed to send someone to the Rockmart Police Department. Wow.
This is Agent Kimberlina. I need that double free stat. That was my boss. They said, you know, you're going to have to give me a 3x3, go a little crispy on those in and out. What's that, Charlie? Copy. Yeah, so it's going to be free today on my military tab. So just please make that happen. Oh, and a big chocolate shake too, you know. It's for me too.
Oh, the boys back at the office want some? Yeah. Just a whole bunch of doubles to go. Yeah. It's and you got to see this mug shot. I mean, clearly she's an FBI agent. Clearly.
Oh gosh. I'm taking a little on some of Carson City's finest, little Skeletor action.
No. No, kind of the opposite. So one thing is, you know, she looks like she'd be a retired FBI agent at this point who had maybe a little too much Chick-fil-A, if you know what I mean.
No.
So, impersonating a officer or a public official, not the best way to, one, get free food, or two, not get arrested, because those charges are going to be even worse when you get booked. So
I told the lady at Hot Topic I was a part of the Rebel Alliance, and I got this mug for free.
Right on. No emo gear?
Not even true.
Well, folks, it is Wednesday today. We've got a wonderful show lined up for you. Let's talk about today's show, shall we?
Hump Day! Yeah!
Yeah! It is Wednesday, and as we do on Wednesdays, we've got Words Are Hard, where we look at the English language and some of the weird things that surround it. We have a segment called Would You Rather? Our call-in topic today, the interactive portion of the show, is Black Friday Fails. We have a segment called Different But the Same. We close out the day with This Day in History, and Tony's up next with the entertainment news, folks. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Welcome to Calvin's Barbershop.
You all gotta see this.
I don't even want to know what you're looking at on that phone.
Well, you should. I was learning about the dangers of high blood pressure and that we need to get ours checked regularly. High blood pressure can increase the risk of heart attack or stroke, but this text program can help keep it at a healthy range. Just text Barbershop to 97779 to sign up.
I'll get right on it as soon as I'm done with this baby panda video.
Text Barbershop to 97779. A message from the American Heart Association and the Ad Council.
It's important to plan ahead for emergencies, like the storm. When it kicked in, we had a plan. We were able to get in touch with each other in no time.
Idea how to find each other.
The whole experience was fine.
the most frightening 10 hours of my life.
If there's one piece of advice I'd offer other moms out there, it's to stay calm and keep to the plan.
Message.
Some parents plan ahead, some don't. Make sure you know where to find your family in an emergency. Start your plan at ready.gov. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
What if I told you that a tornado was going to happen tomorrow, right where you live? That it would touch down at exactly 3:17 p.m., and I told you the exact path it would take. You would, of course, prepare. You would talk with your loved ones, and you'd make a plan today. It's true, I can't tell you a tornado will strike tomorrow, but shouldn't you have a plan anyway? Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix Radio Show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. And we are back, folks. This is the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. It is Wednesday, November 11th. We have a thing we talk about a couple times each show. It is the Fenix Line, a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week voicemail line, giving you guys, the listeners and watchers, an opportunity to chime in on anything whatsoever. Perhaps maybe you tried to get free food by impersonating an FBI agent. We want to know about it. Give us a call at 855 Fenix Radio. Almost forgot the phone number there. 855 FENIX RDO or 855 336 4973. All we ask is that you keep it entertaining. We'll compile those together and put them out in a future show. Speaking of entertaining, Tony's here with the entertainment news.
Good morning. As I said earlier, it is Wednesday, November 11th, the last day of the quarantine dream. Here's your flip up Fast Five. Oh, the Umbrella Academy news. Fans of the Umbrella Academy. Netflix has renewed the superhero series for a third season. I've had plenty of time to catch up on shows and stuff these last 11 days, and it's not a show I picked up. I've heard good things about it, though. So
yeah, we've watched about half of season 1. Just need to finish it, watch season 2. But we've been more into The Boys recently, which is on Amazon. Fantastic show.
That was the one I started, was The Boys. My aunt just recommended that to me, too, during my quarantine sesh. And I watched other things. I've watched a lot of wasted content. But, hey, what do? I nap a lot, too. 2015's Knock Knock, starring Keanu Reeves and Ana de Armas film, found a new life on Netflix. Knock Knock jumped into the Netflix top 10 over the weekend, currently number 3. And what that means is a lot of these movies from the past that didn't get a lot of exposure back then, whether they were a little on the lower budget side, not promoted well, is finding good life on streaming services. So I've never heard of Knock Knock. I don't know what it's about, but
yeah, I saw it in the Netflix top 10, and I was like, new Keanu Reeves movie, and then went back and realized it's, 5-6 years old. So
yeah, it's definitely older, but it's got to be better than the new Bill and Ted, maybe, right?
Excellent!
Oh, Bad Bunny to make his acting debut in Narcos Mexico Season 3. You familiar with Bad Bunny?
No.
You don't have his latest jams?
No, when you say Bad Bunny, I think of the rabbit from Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Oh, yeah. I don't know who Bad Bunny is either. That was scraping the bottom of the barrel for entertainment, I'm telling you. The Outsider has been canceled after one season on HBO, but if you're a fan of that show, no worries. MRC, the company behind it, will be shopping season 2 to other streaming outlets. The Outsider was based on a Stephen King novel, only got one run on HBO. So never saw it, couldn't tell you.
Heard it was pretty good. Stars Ben Mendelsohn, and he's a great actor. So,
well, that's good. Hopefully, it finds a home somewhere else. Sometimes shows they do good elsewhere. And even though a second Quiet Place movie never ever came out because of the COVID, a third Quiet Place movie is coming from director Jeff Nichols. So even though we have not even been treated to the sequel yet, it will be a trilogy. So,
well, I know the second one's directed by John Krasinski. So I wonder if he's just over it or what. But sounds like they got a new director.
Yeah. Well, Krasinski is very smart, and he gets a lot of these. He starts these projects, and then they end up getting picked up by other people. So,
right.
What he had right during the pandemic, it was like his own good news show, like just to uplift, and they got picked up. So, I mean, he won't be the one hosting it, but it's his premise. So.
Yeah, and it's fun. It was a fun show.
Yeah, it was. It was just him from home.
Yep.
Well, you might get sequels to that, too, the way things are looking around the world. A lot of lockdowns incoming, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy. But here nor there, that's not why we're talking. We're talking entertainment news. Huge video game news this week. If you're a video game collector or fan, the Xbox Series X and Series S, big difference, the Series S doesn't play the disc, the X does. Those are available as of yesterday. Those launched and seemingly pretty well. They have a good deal if you can't afford it. The Series X is $499, while the Series S is $299. Now, if you don't want to splurge and put the money, they do have a program where you can get the system for $34.99 a month for the Series X, and then I think it's $24.99 for the Series S. for 34 months. What you're paying for is you're getting the Ultimate Game Pass and the EA Pass. So you have access to over 100 EA games from the get-go and over 100 plus games of the Ultimate Game Pass. So you get all these games, and that's really what you're paying for, and you just get the system. I don't know if you're paying the system. It's kind of like getting a cell phone. You're on a cell phone plan, $35 a month. That's actually a pretty smart deal. So
it is.
Now,
Now,
if you're looking to jump into the Xbox market, that's pretty damn affordable versus flopping down, $500 and not getting the Ultimate Game Pass. So.
Yeah, see, I'm going to wait until they have the middle of the road model, the Series E. So, that way you've got the Series S, the Series E, and then the Series X. And so that's the one I'm waiting for.
Yeah, always got to go with that E for the elite entertainment.
Right.
Wink, wink, nod, nod. Other games that dropped this week was Assassin's Creed Valhalla that dropped yesterday. The new Call of Duty Cold War Black Ops Cold War that drops on Friday. Spider-Man Miles Morales that is coming out November 12th, and the PlayStation 5 drops tomorrow. So I'm not sure what kind of lease deals the PS5 has, but it's a huge video game week. 2 new systems. We're going into the next gen of consoles, and I'm a gamer. I like it. It's exciting. I mean, I guess I can't say I'm a gamer, right? I like video games. Gamers are ones that stay up like
they actually play them, right?
They got a Twitch channel. They got followers. I have none of that. I'm Mr. Old School.
Now, our buddy Michael Yandra got his Series X, yesterday morning?
Mm-hmm.
Any word on how he likes it?
So far, loves it. The whole loading your games onto it, though, frustrating, hates it, takes forever.
Still,
that hasn't changed. Still takes
that,
forever to upload a game.
I thought that was supposed to be a thing of the past with these new gen consoles.
Still on the hard drive. You still got to have, if you have the physical media, it just sits in there. That's why you might want to go with the S. Then you don't have to have the physical media. You just download it and it does the same thing. But it's kind of nice to have the physical media for video game if you ever trade them or sell them.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice on that hand.
Yeah, GameStop will give you $5 for a $60 game,
Yeah, there was a game yesterday on the Xbox Gaming Pass. It's called Tetris Effect. It came out yesterday. It is trippy, man. Whoa. I got lost playing that for 45 minutes, but the elements, there's some weird background going on while you're playing the game. I'm pretty damn good at Tetris. I made it pretty far. So
it's a Tetris fever dream.
Yeah. Whew. But it does take it. Some of the stuff takes a toll on your eyeball. So
all right.
Here nor there. That's the video game news coming out this week. I know that's not what you guys tune in for, but there was a lot to get there. So it's a lot of filler.
Yeah, it's important this week.
Because the entertainment news wasn't a lot, so I had to kind of give you a video game sandwich in the beginning. But we'll kick it off with some TV news. You're a fan of Last Man Standing, right? The Tim Allen show.
Love it. Love that show.
It is a fantastic show. Well, fans of the show will need to know this going in. Mike Baxter obviously is plotting his second act when Last Man Standing kicks off on its 9th and final season. Fox on Tuesday teased new details about the long-running family comedy's farewell run, including a brief time jump and a big decision for Outdoor Man's director of marketing. The official logline reads as follows. Spoilers if you haven't watched it. After the events of the 8th season finale, during which Kristen went into labor with her baby daughter while Mandy was pregnant with her first child, the series will jump ahead into the near future when Mike and his wife Vanessa will contemplate their own future, including Mike's imminent retirement from his lifelong job at Outdoor Man and who could be his successor. So it's going to be, it looks like a 22-episode season. Season 9 premieres January 3rd before moving to its regular day and time Thursdays at 9:30. So kind of a nice heads up that it's going to future jump and it won't just pick up right where it left off with the last season. So
yeah, and I like when shows get a proper final season. Not just being canceled out of the blue. They don't get to wrap up any of the storylines. It'll be nice for them to, give it the farewell it deserves.
Oh, absolutely. And this is a really great show. I I think it's had everybody from Home Improvement except for 2 of the boys, right? The one that was just arrested for strangling his girlfriend.
Yep, and the youngest
Brad,
one. Yeah.
And then the little young one.
Right.
But,
and of course, Earl Hindman, the neighbor Wilson, because he passed away some years ago.
He passed away, yeah. Otherwise, I guarantee he'd be on there with some goofy nod to his neighbor Days Wilson on the old show. So, so that's in TV news. So WandaVision on Disney Plus, that is coming in December. They are dead set on bringing that out. They got a cover spread on this week's Entertainment Weekly. There's new images, and they revealed more details on how the show became. So if you pick up this week's Entertainment Weekly, the Marvel opened up the set of WandaVision to visitors, and it became clear that Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany will be a superhero-infused send-up to TV comedies of the past like Bewitched and I Dream a Genie. The crew reportedly came to the set in 50s-era clothing and used period lenses and lighting to capture the look of these classic and beloved TV shows. They even filmed the very first episode with a live studio audience. So
Did they
everything
really?
you hear, it'll be a live, like it'll be laugh track. And instead of a laugh track, it's actually a studio audience.
That's pretty cool.
One of the actresses on the show said it's like 6 Marvel movies. Like every episode, it has its own theme and everything. And Kevin Feige said the reason why they went with this is because he's a Nick at Night kind of guy. He grew up loving the Nick at Night and the Me TV stuff. He likes the old sitcom stuff. And the way they're going to tie this all into phase 4 of the Marvel canon will be unique. But every episode will be a nice nod to throwbacks to the 1950s sitcom. So a lot of cool stuff on there. For you guys, I don't know, Entertainment Weekly is more of a subscription magazine, but if you're able to come across it, then, there's some really cool images on there. Yeah. Or I could just share it on the page and you can click and read it too.
Now,
fair enough.
Speaking of WandaVision, I saw a leak, spoiler alert, that Funko Pop may have accidentally revealed that a long-dead character may return in this. So they are doing a Funko Pop version of Quicksilver, who obviously died in Age of Ultron, is Wanda's brother. We might see him in the series.
Oh, that would be sweet, because I liked him. But now I like do you think it'll be the one Aaron Johnson played, or will it be or it'll be the awesome one from the crappy Fox ones?
Yeah, I think it'll be Aaron Johnson. I think the only Fox carryover character is going to be really Deadpool and those people. Aaron Johnson's already part of the MCU, so that's probably what we're going to end up seeing.
Yeah,
unless they do some weird.
But I really liked Fox's version of Quicksilver. He was really good.
I agree.
Yeah, he was awesome. But that was that for your entertainment news. Thanks for putting up with 3 stories. I stretched them lengthy. Let's dance on into the birthdays, shall we? It's my birthday! Yeah, it is. Today's birthdays has some heavy hitters. The greatest kids game show host and one of the biggest germaphobes, Mr. Mark Summers. He was the host of Double Dare. He's 69.
Nice.
You know he's an extreme germaphobe?
Oh, yeah.
I can't imagine what he's going through during these times.
Well, especially with Double Dare and,
Yeah, I couldn't believe that, man. That was from remember Double Dare? You had to pick the nose to grab the flag out of it. A lot of slime. Good times. They should bring that show back.
They did.
Ally McBeal, a.k.a. Mrs. Han Solo, is 56. That's Calissa Flockhart. The king of the butt fumble is 34. Mr. Mark Sanchez, former Jets and Broncos quarterback. Sad, 34 and not even in the league anymore. I had nothing clever to say about Mr. Stanley Tucci. He's 60. He's just in a lot of movies. G.I. Jane, the pottery-making, strip-teasing ex-wife of John McClane and Michael Kelso, Demi Moore, is 58. And the king of the world, Mr. Leonardo DiCaprio, 46. Luke from Growing Pains is 46. Happy birthday, everybody. And happy Veterans Day. And that was the entertainment news today.
Folks, that does do it for the entertainment news. When we come back, it's Wednesday, and we explore Words Are Hard. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you guys in a few.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So mommy's gonna teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes, right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops, the rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable. But how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
We are live outside the home of Joe and Rosie Goddard, where a pretty big tickle fight broke out just minutes ago. Sources say their father instigated the laughter. Let's go inside for a comment. Apparently, they have no comment. Dads, let this be a reminder that it only takes a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
How's it going?
I'm having a stroke.
Are you going to shake my hand?
I'm having a stroke.
Wow, you're not even moving your arm.
I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Hello, Kubo. What have you got planned for today?
Come on, this way.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
It's the most powerful magic there is.
Head outside to discover incredible animals.
Wow.
And beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure. So grab your loved ones and explore a world of possibilities. Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
My teacher said that we should have a plan in case of an emergency. Do we have one?
First thing I'm gonna do is grab a flashlight with dead batteries.
I'm going to start randomly throwing clothes in the bag. You two will be hiding in the closet and Dad won't be able to find you.
And that's when we both start crying.
Uncontrollably. Can you pass the cutlets?
Winging it is not an emergency plan. Make sure your kids know what to do during an emergency, who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Search Ready Kids at nyc.gov or call 311. Brought to you by the New York City Office of Emergency Management and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media, the future of broadcasting. Listen live at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix Radio Show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. Indeed. This is the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. It is Wednesday, November 11th. We are all over social media with many of you watching us as we speak on Facebook Live or YouTube Live. Now, if you want to get a hold of me on Facebook, I'm available at facebook.com/Kristian Fenix Radio. That's Kristian with a K, Phoenix with an F, radio, of course, with an R, or on Instagram at Twitter at Phoenix Media Radio. Tony's available at facebook.com/Tony.Sanfilippo. That's SANFILIPPO.94 or on Instagram at Tony.Sanfilippo81. You look like you're wanting to say something, Tone.
Yeah, one of these days I'm gonna figure out how to change that. And thank God you guys listen to the show because you can follow it. I make it private though, like for the rest of the world. So if you're an outsider, you can't access the Facebook page. You can the Instagram page, you can't the Facebook page.
And the fact
I kind of quit doing that because I was getting a lot of weird comments on pictures and spam, and it's weird. At least on Instagram, you get it. It's just you get an occasional comment that says, "Hey, it looks good. We should collab." I get a lot of those, and I don't ever respond.
Yeah, and that's actually the reason why I keep my personal Facebook page separate from my business, my Kristian Fenix Facebook page.
Yeah.
So,
see, I don't have the alter ego. Like it's just I am me. Like I don't have a radio persona maybe if we get signed or big, I could be. What did Lacey wants me to be? The Fox.
The Fox.
Fawkes.
Something like that.
Tony Fox. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's.
My name's Antonio Fox.
And
you're listening to the Kristian Fenix radio show, mate.
The reason it's Fox is I think it's the name of the phoenix that belongs to Dumbledore in the Harry Potter series.
There you go.
So
I knew your nerdiness would pop out, my friend.
I know. In any case, folks, today is Wednesday. And as we do on Wednesdays, we like to explore the English language, the eccentricities, and the ridiculousness of it. It is Words Are Hard.
I'm sorry. There are just certain sound bites on this show that I hear week in, week out, and they make me smile, and that's one of them.
I agree. I'm so glad I came across that one. So, Tony, with Words Are Hard, stuff. I want to ask you, you ever order something either online or maybe get a piece of furniture, and as you start looking through the instructions, clearly the instructions and the product was made in China, and they did their best to try and translate it into English, but there's something lost in that translation.
Dude, IKEA instructions. What a pain in the ass. It's like the goofy little animated guy that's like a block with a big old triangle nose. And that little son of a biscuit-eating bulldog, like, it just shows the pieces, and then it shows, like, little drawings of the dowels, where the dowels go. But there's no, like, step one, put this together. It's just like A, B, meow. And then Mr. Animated guy, and he's, like, thumbs-upping, and in the other one, he's wincing. So, yeah, IKEA stuff can be kind of tough.
Yeah, IKEA was kind of smart in the fact that they don't use words at all. It's all pictures. Obviously, if you had to translate the same instructions from many different languages, that would increase the cost of things. But in this case, things coming from China, they don't always translate the best. For instance, you have this one, which looks like it was maybe instructions on cooking noodles or something along those lines. Here's the instructions. To place a bag in a plenty of the boiling, added some salt water. To cook on moderate fire of 15 minutes. To get a bag, having picked up a plug for a loop stipulated for this purpose. To allow water to flow down. To open a bag, having broken off it on a line of notches.
Oh, geez.
To lay out a product on a dish and to add oil to taste.
And Russia, game plays you.
Any idea of how to actually cook whatever they're telling you how to cook?
No, like that sounds like broken English. Me for like get pot, put water in, boil, bubble, then cut, put rice in, time it for some time, voila, steamed rice.
Well, if you think that's bad, here is a product with the ingredients and I guess the instructions. It's called Pyuji, and it says even on the top,
Pyuji, my favorite.
American technique. The main raw materials, and these sound like ingredients straight out of a horror movie. Evil powder of, low gather the sugar, malt, the chitin, the meal fiber,
chitin,
apple withdrawals, the thing, the vitamin C, the vitamin E, and then it says feet crowd, care the function, hairdressing, weight reduction. I have no idea what this product is. I have no clue.
That's almost like if you asked me how to make a smoothie, I'm like, you take some powder, you put it in with some milk, and then you do some fruit, and then you do this thing, and then you blend it. Although that's probably more descriptive than what you just gave us, because I have no idea what the hell you're making.
I have no clue.
Are we making a cake?
I wonder how many people actually get the instructions right based on these. For instance, you have this one where I assume it's, obviously a menu for a food item, probably saying, it's not safe to eat undercooked meat. However, the translation here is an iron plate is hot, so meant is so cooked that it's mixed. Okay.
The cream of the crop. That's right.
I think it's a little more of a. Oh, here's something.
These are bad instructions.
Oh God, it's bad. Something looks like it probably came from the dollar store. 7-color crystal bowl, And it says product use information. Add water 400 grams on the product. About 4 hours, it will grow up. One clear beauty, satiety face will grow. When the flower want to oxygen and nutrition, I will help you too much.
Me for like plant chia pet, very nice, picked up over at gas station by radio station.
You know what these instructions sound like? You ever use the autocomplete function on your phone?
Oh, geez.
Where you can just, you start typing something and then it guesses what the next word is and you can click that and then it guesses what the next. It looks like somebody just pushed whatever the next word is.
Either that or it's been like somebody has used voice text to do the instructions and that's just how it came out.
Right.
My poor friends, everybody that I text with usually gets one of those and they're like, is he drunk? Is he having a stroke? Is he okay? Yeah. Is he like the commercial says, I'm having a stroke?
And in that case, it's yes, yes, and no.
Yeah.
Yes, he's drunk. Yes, he's having a stroke. No, he's not okay.
No.
Moving on with Words Are Hard. Here's one that takes a page out of the IKEA handbook. Pictures only, no words. It's how to use a toilet. Of course, you've got the check mark next to the proper way to use it if somebody's sitting up properly on a toilet with their feet on the ground. However, the way not to use a toilet is sitting on the toilet, squatting over it. Apparently, that's happened so many times, they needed to create an instruction manual out of it.
No, if you're going to squat, get a squatty potty. You're going to be feeling like a unicorn, man.
Yeah, it's... All right, and then finally in Words Are Hard. We're talking instructions that aren't translated quite right. Here's an instruction to raccoon dogs everywhere. Tony, you got your raccoon dog. It says, to raccoon dog, don't take off human shoes. Don't get food from the human. Use the toilet in your house. So if you are a raccoon dog, please make sure you follow those very, very elaborate instructions. Folks, that does it for Words Are Hard on this Wednesday. When we come back, Would You Rather? Tony, we're going to find out Would You Rather. Folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a few.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Allison is perfect. I mean, she'd never tell you that. She's humble and perfect. She likes everyone. She even likes her untidy roommate's weird guinea pig. Allison, wait, are you texting and driving? Allison, no. That's the exact opposite of what I was just saying about you. Why, Allison? Why? Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media, the future of broadcasting. Explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix Radio Show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. And we are back, folks. This is the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. It is Wednesday, November 11th. We're getting ready to close out the first hour, but don't fret. There is still plenty ahead with our second hour of the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. Now, if you missed a portion of the show or you want to go back and catch up on any of the previous shows, it's easy enough to do so. Head over to phoenixmedia.us, click on the show's link, scroll on down to the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. From there, you can get video, you can get audio as well, or head over to wherever you get podcasts. Apple, Google, Stitcher, Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, TuneIn, iHeart, about 20 in all. While you are there, be sure to subscribe. That way you always have the latest episode. Leave a review, let us know what you think, and tell your friends because sharing is caring. Now, speaking of sharing, if you guys hear some background noise, Tony has decided to call out the tree trimmers to trim the trees right around the time that we do the radio show. So don't fret.
Cutting wood, baby, cutting wood.
And not in a good way, so.
No, hopefully it's not too loud. It's loud to me. I have noise canceling and I can hear it pretty damn good. So, hopefully it chooses to go away at the break. So,
yeah, I'm not picking up anything major at this point. So I think we're okay for now.
That's good.
With this segment, wanted to talk about Would You Rather. Obviously, everybody's familiar with the game Would You Rather.
Roger.
My boys are obsessed with it. And, of course, they try to make up ones, and some are a little more ridiculous than others. For instance, the other day they asked me, would you rather lick the bottom of your left shoe or the bottom of your right shoe? And I got to say, there is no winning answer. I'd rather lick none of them. But
you're going to get the Rona one way or the other.
Yeah, apparently, though, they figured out that, you know what, there is a right answer, and they believe that the left shoe is less dirty than the right. Again, little kid mentality. So, yeah. Tony.
I was going to say, I thought they were going to be clever and say the right shoe because it's right.
No, not so much. Tony, I'm going to run down some more popular Would You Rathers and find out what your answer would be. For instance, Tony, would you rather have to announce to everyone around you whenever you have to fart or pee your pants daily?
I just announce I have to fart because it's a fart. Now, you just got to make sure you trust that fart, you know, because sometimes you don't want to let go of a bad one. But no, I'd rather do that than pee my pants every day.
Well, and to be fair, you pee your pants daily anyway, so, you know, it's...
Yeah, I wish you wouldn't have told everybody that. Thanks.
I'm sorry.
That was a big secret.
I know.
But Billy told me if peeing your pants was cool, then consider what was...
Consider me Miles Davis.
Miles Davis, yeah. Consider me Miles Davis.
Oh, funny. All right, moving on. Tony, would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck?
Ooh. I'm picturing a big-ass duck. I can't do it, man. Being sick is taking away some of my abilities. I take on the little 100 little horses.
Yeah, it seems like that'd be pretty easy. Just
yeah. And can I have weapons? Like, can I take like a hockey stick?
It doesn't specify, but I would imagine that you'd need like, what, a rider's crop just to just to round out the whole idea.
Yeah, it'd be good. I'd get a blowtorch.
All right, moving on. Here's one that's similar to the first question, but I think I know the answer just because you do it anyway. It says, you're in a crowded room. Would you rather fart loudly and everyone laughs at you, or be the only one laughing obnoxiously when someone else farts?
Oh, the obnoxious one. I do that all the time.
I know.
I'm an immature kid when it comes to farts.
All right, moving on. Would you rather begin every sentence with, hey, idiot, or end every sentence with, ha, I was just kidding?
I've never thought about calling that, hey, idiot, what do you think about this? Hey, idiot, what are we doing today? Hey, idiot, go stock your aisle.
Well,
ooh,
that
I kind of
one,
like that. But I would probably go, just kidding.
That's tough either way if you have something serious to say to someone, because if you call them idiot from the get-go, they won't take you seriously. Yeah. Or if you say you were just kidding at the end, then again, they won't take you seriously.
Could you imagine, like, you're asking a girl out on a date, hey, idiot, you want to go out to breakfast? Just kidding. Because even if you ask me, hey, you want to go to breakfast? Sure. Just kidding. Ooh. Wow, that kind of puts you in. That one's a tough one.
That's a tough one. That's why it's would you rather?
One way or the other. That's a good one. That is a good one.
All right, this next one, Tony, you're going to channel your inner Buddhist. Would you rather live one life that lasts 1,000 years, or live 10 lives that last 100 years, each?
Oh, each. Okay, I was like, well, that's kind of crappy. You get 100 years, you might get 100 years out of one life. I would do the latter. I would do the 10 lives at 100 years. That would be, I think you get to do different stuff. I think 1,000 years, that's pretty lengthy, man.
It is. I think at some point you just get bored.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. If all your friends and everybody could stay around you for 1,000 years, then hell yeah, that'd be cool. I don't know anybody that wants to live that long, but
hey,
which is crazy. I mean, I would, but 1,000 years, that's a long time, man.
It's a lot of Marvel movies. A lot of Marvel movies to come.
There is. You can see a lot of stuff going on. I'd be very wise. Could you imagine the dating pool? How old are you? Well, I'm 952 years old. I'm still asking 25-year-old girls out. It's amazing.
Moving on with
I like to keep it in my realm here.
There you go. Moving on with would you rather. Here's a physiological one. Would you rather be without elbows or be without knees?
Ooh.
Either way, it's going to be tough to drive.
Yeah, it's going to suck. I'm going to say elbows because I like to run and walk and stuff. So if I had to sacrifice, I guess elbows.
Okay.
It'd be very weird either way.
And it would be weird to watch you run, too, without elbows.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, like right now, if I was no elbows, I'd be leaning on the show.
Moving on. Would you rather have diarrhea every day for the next 3 months or be constipated every day for the next 3 months?
I pooped my pants.
Diarrhea or constipation?
It's a double-edged sword, man. If you have the cha-chas on the daily for 3 months, man, that's a raw butthole. That's gonna be kind of painful, man. At least if you're constipated, your stomach just hurts. I don't know. Oh man, that sucks. Both of them suck. Ooh. I guess I would say the cha-chas, because then you could still at least eat an intake. Because if you were constipated and you couldn't, you couldn't eat. It'd be rough. You'd be like, no, I feel like I'm gonna pop, and I wouldn't want the bloated feel, so I'm gonna have to go with the. Oh, good for you.
Fair enough. Speaking of raw buttholes, Tony, would you rather use eye drops made of vinegar or toilet paper made from sandpaper?
Oh crap. Oof, those are sucko. Those are sucky choices. I guess eye drops with vinegar because that pain is just temporarily. Sandpaper butthole. That's lengthy, man.
No, it'd be nice and clean though. That's for sure.
Yeah,
and smooth.
Yeah.
Here's a real life dilemma for those in the rodeo crowd. Wow. Words are hard
I thought
today.
you said like that. Okay, words are hard.
There is a reason for that. Tony, would you rather be a clown who distracts the bull or the cowboy who rides the bull?
Oh, both stupid jobs. No offense, rodeo peeps, but I'd ride the bull, because then you'd have some hot country girl that likes you if you're a rugged. I'd be wearing the flannel, you know.
There you go.
Little country twang. I grow out a beard. Yeah, I'd be a bull rider.
Okay, all right.
I mean, I might suffer a 8 seconds Luke Perry fate, but
I was going to say, but you only have to work for 8 seconds at a time, so
yeah.
Not too bad. Moving on,
Not too
Tony.
shabby.
Speaking of the ladies, would you rather have bad breath or smelly feet?
Oh, smelly feet, because they're less likely to smell your feet. You know, like it's very rare that a girl's going to go down by your feet and smell them. When you're having conversation, and if you talk as much as I do, you got to have the fresh, clean breath. And anybody that knows me knows that I like to keep fresh breath often, and I brush my teeth often. So, fresh breath.
Fresh breath. All right.
Fresh breath.
Tony, we know you already have the sexy white teeth, but would you rather have a freakishly huge smile or a freakishly small nose?
Freakishly huge smile. People like smiles, man. Makes them happy. They like it. You know, if you have a little nose, people can be like, whoa! You have a little cartoon nose. Like a little IKEA triangle nose. Just drawn on.
All right, and then finally, as we head out, Tony, here's the question for you. Would you rather be a giant hamster or a tiny rhino?
Oh, a tiny rhino, man. So you could ram stuff. And then I could ram jam, like the neighbors.
Well, folks, that does it for the first hour. Stay tuned through the long break. We've got our interactive portion of the show, talking Black Friday fails. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a little bit.
Ram jam.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. Look at this little face. How could you not love him?
Hamilton the Pug, Instagram star and shelter pet. Amazing adoption stories start in shelters. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off. You do so much to keep your child safe. But are you using the right car seat for your child? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
So you see, son, good manners are important. Should I go through it again?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, and excuse me. Sit up straight, hold doors open. Don't speak with your mouth full. Keep your elbows off the table. Share your things, play nice, and generally treat others the way you'd like to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
And stop picking your nose.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
I'm a retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing. After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak. My name is Julius Gaines, creative writer, poet, photographer.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media, the future of broadcasting. To explore our complete lineup, head over to phoenixmedia.us or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio.
From
Feature Story News in London, I'm Ollie Barrett. All of Hong Kong's pro-democracy lawmakers have resigned after Beijing moved to disqualify 4 of their colleagues. China's passed a resolution allowing Hong Kong's government to remove politicians immediately that are considered a threat to national security. Hong Kong's Democratic Party chairman says the issue heralds the official death of the one country, two systems principle. India's ruling BJP and its allies have won a closely contested election in the northern state of Bihar. The polls were widely considered to be a referendum on the government's response to the coronavirus pandemic. India remains the second worst affected country in terms of total confirmed infections. Our correspondent Rebecca Bunden reports from FSN in Mumbai.
The election in Bihar, one of India's poorest and most populous states, turned out to be a nail-biter. In the end, the BJP-led alliance won 125 seats in the 243-member assembly, as it edged ahead of the opposition. Exit polls had suggested that the RJD's coalition would win, but even though the RJD with 75 seats emerged the single largest party, the BJP alliance won more seats overall. The results are seen as a significant boost for Prime Minister Narendra Modi's BJP amid criticism over the handling of the pandemic, including the economic impact of a nationwide lockdown. Rebecca Bunden, Mumbai.
US President-elect Joe Biden has called President Trump's refusal to concede the election an embarrassment. Mr. Biden was speaking to reporters in Delaware after addressing the Supreme Court challenge to Obamacare. The developers of Russia's leading COVID-19 vaccine candidate say it's 92% effective in preventing infection. The already registered vaccine is currently in phase 3 of clinical trials. Mass vaccination is expected within weeks. FSN's Julia Chapman reports from Moscow.
16,000 trial participants have received both shots of the 2-dose Sputnik V vaccine. A further 20,000 have received the first shot only. 40,000 people are taking part in the trial as a whole, and 25% of them will receive a placebo. Developers say participants have shown only mild side effects, none of which were unexpected. Russia was accused of rushing its vaccine development process when regulators approved Sputnik V in August. The Russian announcement follows news from American pharmaceutical company Pfizer, who announced this week that its vaccine is 90% effective. Sputnik V's developer, Dr. Alexander Ginsburg, says mass vaccination will begin in Russia in the coming weeks.
Britney Spears has had an attempt to remove her father as conservator of her estate rejected by a US court. She says she's afraid of him and won't perform until he's removed as her legal guardian. Jamie Spears' lawyer argues he continues to act in his daughter's best interests. From bureaus worldwide, this is FSN.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. And they all have one thing in common. Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard, that's optional. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So mommy's gonna teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes, right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops, the rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting's hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
How's it going? I'm having a stroke. Are you going to shake my hand? I'm having a stroke. Wow, you're not even moving your arm. I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
The storks are bringing me a baby brother. We can do this together.
All right, let's go.
Storks know how to keep kids safe. Do you?
What?
Oh my gosh, you don't know.
I know.
You don't. Oh man, you laugh when you're uncomfortable.
No.
Making sure your child is in the right car seat is one of the steps to safer travel.
I will rock this.
You will rock this.
To know for sure that your child is in the right car seat for their age and size, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
Cool. Very cool.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
The following is a production of Fenix Media. The views expressed do not necessarily represent those of the company or its advertisers and may contain language that's unsuitable for younger listeners.
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
I'm about to do to you what Limp Bizkit did to music in the late 90s.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Here goes the last DJ.
Gentlemen, I wash my hands of this weirdness.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the second hour of the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. It is Wednesday, November 11th. We are your daily dose of laughs and levity in a crazy, crazy world. Still joined by my co-host, Tony Sanfilippo. Tony, I noticed you didn't take off or make your smoothie during the break. I assume that you still don't have the ingredients to do so, right?
No, I don't. No, so I'm just drinking tea. That's it. Tomorrow I'll be allowed to go back out into the world. For those who don't know out there, I did get the Rona, so I've been indoors. I've been able to do the radio show, which is cool, but I haven't been able to do much of anything else. I've been home, not doing much for the last 11 days. So a lot of video game playing, a lot of TV, a lot of scruffiness going on. This is No Shave November anyways, right?
Exactly.
Might as well see how much I can pathetically grow a chintzy little beard there. But, I'm doing fine. I'm not dying from it or anything. It just, unfortunately, a statistic. I got it. What do you do? So yeah, I'm out of groceries though. Almost. That's
at least you're
one more day and I can go back out in the world. So
good. At least you're being responsible about it. You're not like the capuchin monkey from Outbreak and causing the zombie apocalypse. You're doing your part.
No. The DoorDash contactless pickups have been helpful, and can't go wrong. It's a little pricier, but keeps you indoors.
Speaking of people doing their part, we wanted to take another moment to thank the veterans on this Veterans Day. All those who served, obviously, your work and your sacrifice is truly appreciated by those of us who didn't necessarily serve. Or didn't serve at all, not necessarily.
It's amazing. So many of our friends from high school, people we've worked with and know that have served. It's awesome. It's great that they do their part. I know our good friend Adam has put in 20 plus years. He'll get to retire in 2022 with the Navy, which is just amazing. Definitely neat. You're having the old beepsters.
I realized my space heater was on and just didn't want the hum of that coming out over the air.
Gotcha.
Forgot that it beeps so loud.
Yeah, it's all good. So, but yeah, thanks to everyone that's out there watching that has family members that have served or currently serving. Definitely a cool thing. So
truly appreciate it. Well, folks, this is the interactive portion of the show. This is where we want to hear from you guys, the listeners and watchers, on the topic of the day. Obviously, we let you guys know the day beforehand what tomorrow's call-in topic is, so you can call the Fenix Line at 855-FENIX-RADIO. That's 855-FENIX-RDO, or 855-336-4973. So you have a chance to call in at any point during the day, leave a message, and let us know what your thought or pick or whatever it is for the topic of the day. Of course, if you guys are watching us or listening to us live, you can head over to facebook.com/Kristian Fenix Radio. Just click on the live video and comment in the comment section there. Today's topic is Black Friday fails. Obviously, we're seeing Black Friday deals popping up left and right this year. Black Friday is not till the Friday after Thanksgiving, but I somewhat understand why they're doing it because of the whole coronavirus. They don't want to mad rush people gathering on Black Friday. But Black Friday of recent years hasn't been the death sentence that it had been in the past. People being trampled to death and fights breaking out. It's mostly online now. So looking back a little bit to the good old days, Tony, do you have a Black Friday fail story you want to share?
Yeah, I have a success and a fail, but we're not talking successes. So fail, when the Kinect came out for the Xbox 360, that was their gimmicky answer to the Wii at the time. They had Kinect Sports, and they had a bunch of these Kinect-only games. Like they were all on this special sale at Walmart for, I think, like $10 or something. Normally $50, it was on 10, so it was like, oh, cool. We had gotten the nephews the Kinect that year, and so I wanted to get them Kinect Sports and all these other games. And well, we were around this pallet, which is stupid at Walmart. Go figure. And they didn't cut it open yet. They had to wait, so it was still wrapped. And it said, "Don't open until blah blah time." Well, when they cut it open and they lifted it, so the Walmart people had to lift the stuff off of it. Then all of a sudden, I swear to God, I got thrown into the display. Like there's like friggin' 7 like big mammy jammies just piling on me and just throwing me in there. And I'm at the bottom of this dog pile of this freaking thing, and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm gonna die over a Kinect game. I'm like, holy crap. I did manage, since I was at the bottom of the pile, I was able to scoop up quite a few games. So I figured if I was gonna get mashed, I took what I could. And luckily I was able to get my nephews like 3 or 4 games out of the deal, myself included. I got Kinect Sports, which, it's so funny now. I was willing to get dogpiled for this thing that they don't play no more, I don't have anymore, and
and it wasn't
nothing's worth it. No, it wasn't even that great of a game.
It wasn't. It wasn't. Yeah.
It was very gimmicky.
Yeah, I'd say that certainly qualifies as a Black Friday fail. Well, folks, let's do this. We're going to head into the break, give you guys a chance to chime in on our Facebook page. I'll share my Black Friday fail, and when we get back, it is all about you guys. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a few.
Welcome to Calvin's Barbershop.
You all gotta see this.
I don't even want to know what you're looking at on that phone.
Well, you should. I was learning about the dangers of high blood pressure and that we need to get ours checked regularly. High blood pressure can increase the risk of heart attack or stroke, but this text program can help keep it at a healthy range. Just text Barbershop to 97779 to sign up.
I'll get right on it as soon as I'm done with this baby panda video.
Text Barbershop to 97779. A message from the American Heart Association and the Ad Council.
It's important to plan ahead for emergencies, like the storm. When it kicked in, we had a plan.
Separated.
We were able to get in touch with each other in no time.
Idea how to find each other.
The whole experience was fine.
the most frightening 10 hours of my life.
If there's one piece of advice I'd offer other moms out there, it's to stay calm and keep to the plan.
Message. Some parents plan ahead, some don't. Make sure you know where to find your family in an emergency. Start your plan at ready.gov. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
What if I told you that a tornado was going to happen tomorrow, right where you live? That it would touch down at exactly 3:17 p.m., and I told you the exact path it would take. You would, of course, prepare. You would talk with your loved ones, and you'd make a plan today. It's true, I can't tell you a tornado will strike tomorrow, but shouldn't you have a plan anyway? Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait, communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix Radio Show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. And we are back, folks. This is the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. It is Wednesday, November 11th. We are smack dab in the middle of the interactive portion of the show where we want to hear from you guys, the viewers and listeners. Comment now on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Kristian Fenix Radio. Just go to the live video and put your comment in there. Today we are talking about Black Friday fails. Now, before we get to you guys, wanted to share mine. Mine, similar to Tony's, was based around a video game. It was when the NES Classic had come out. Now, the NES Classic is a tiny little version of the original NES Nintendo Entertainment System. It was preloaded with 30 games. It had a little HDMI input. And, of course, it was the first of these classic game consoles that they've been releasing over the years. It was a big deal. We knew it was going to be limited. Went down to Toys R Us, of course, got there hours early. Got there probably 4 or 5 hours early to stand in line. End of November, freezing, so cold. Everybody was nice and jovial, and at the same time, they were also giving away tickets for the, it's not a Furby, but it was basically these little stuffed animals that came in eggs, and then they would peck their way out when they were ready, and so anyway, the line was intermixed with people who wanted the NES Classic and then this little stuffed animal thing. And they had come out and said, oh, we've got, about 30 of the NES Classic consoles to give away. So anybody who's, above that, then, you can go ahead and go home. But I was well within the mix. And so I was there, 4 or 5 hours, freezing my ass off. And right before they got ready to hand out the tickets, girl comes up to the guy in front of me and pops into line, and she says, oh, don't worry, I'm just here to get one of the stuffed animal things, and because she could tell. I was like, hey, why are you staying in line if you're getting something? In any case, they went through, they were handing out the tickets to the little Furby thing. It was to the NES Classics, and then got to her, and she asked for one of each, got a ticket for the NES Classic, got to me and said, oh, I'm sorry, that was the last ticket. Oh, I was angry.
And she wasn't even there for that.
She wasn't even there for that, but she figured she could get a few bucks because they were handing them out, and I was livid. I was absolutely livid.
Oh, I remember you telling me that when it happened. But hearing it again is frustrating.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why that thing was so hard to get. Now I get they don't make them anymore, so now they're a collector's item.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you got one, you got one. If not, they're selling a lot of knockoffs out there, which I would advise not buying.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're piss poor put together. So.
But, that's what we're looking for is Black Friday fails, whether it was a physical altercation or a verbal altercation or just, something that didn't quite pan out. We want to hear from you guys. Tony, anybody chime in on your end as far as a Black Friday fail?
No, I got on there and I got to see the nice comments from Kendra. So hi, Kendra. Thanks for chiming in and watching. Also got a nice comment that someone said I looked good, a little scruffy. So that's
nice.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, it's good. But other than that, no fails. And I'm trying to think because I was a big Black Friday shopper. Now it's changed so much. That's how I built my movie collection. That's how I've got so many digital movies on Vudu. Was thanks to Black Friday. You know, getting movies for $3.
Yeah,
or
Black
$4.
Black Friday used to be they open at midnight. They open at 6 a.m. that Friday, and then retailers started getting greedy and doing it Thanksgiving Day. And then
well, it's just funny because now this year, like Walmart, not to pick on Walmart, but they're touting, we're giving our employees the day off. We'll be closed on Thanksgiving this year.
What?
You should be anyways.
Exactly.
Like, we shouldn't be open. Like Costco, thank God we're not open, so we get to spend the day with family. Now, I am kind of a hypocrite because I was sometimes that guy that would go out and shop on that day, which they had good deals. Realistically, it's, you know, like if you can call it Black Friday, man, it was getting up ass early and you had to have a game plan. You had to know where you were going to go, what you needed, like what was your big thing. Like that's how I got the Big Bang. Every year I'd get the new season for like $10. So, but it was kind of stupid is now I have them, but they just sit there. Like, I don't watch them.
Right. They're all available on digital and it's, yeah. But you didn't know at the time.
And well, now this year they're doing, like you said, a lot different. Like, because last year they spread it out. It started Wednesday. It started the day before Thanksgiving. And then they had different sales. But now, like a lot of stores are getting creative. They're doing like every week there's a new set of deals. And like you said, you can get it online now. A lot of it you can just go right online. It's no big deal. There you go.
Right. And I kind of think that the death of Black Friday was attributed to Amazon doing the Cyber Monday deals. And you just wait till Monday, you order online, you don't have to leave the house, you don't have to worry about dealing with other people, the cold, the snow, any of that. It's easy just to shop from home.
Yeah, and there are smoking deals. Like if you're in the market for TVs and stuff, like this year's like deals at Best Buy, Costco, they're phenomenal for televisions. I mean, really are. Sound bars, like this is the time if you're in the market to buy that kind of stuff. It's great. You can get great deals. Video games, you want to stock up on those. There's a buy two get one at Target right now, and there's some good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Now we still have time, folks. If you do want to chime in on the comment section of our live video on Facebook, feel free to do so. But while we do that, I'm going to run down some horror stories from other people dealing with Black Friday. For instance, a store that advertises a huge sale on a product that is low in stock. Reddit user Maybe Pants.
Maybe Pants
is a self-proclaimed Black Friday veteran, but the biggest fail they ever encountered was when a store they worked at advertised a huge sale on digital cameras that were low in stock. Moments before the doors opened, the district manager announced over the loudspeaker that the $200 cameras were on sale for $50, but he didn't mention that there were only 4 left before the store even opened. As you can imagine, the situation devolved into chaos. And as many of the times they did, they had very limited numbers on some of the biggest deals that you could find.
Yeah, that's always a hard thing to do too, is your quantities. Like people don't realize that some of this stuff it was limited. You know, what I used to do, like if I had like movies or something I really wanted, I would actually go into the Walmart like the morning of, or like the day before, and I'd go hide them.
That's a good idea.
Go back later that night and it'd be sitting there. I'm sure like the camera people probably thought I was going to steal it or something, but yeah, dude, I would stash some stuff sometimes, like if I wanted it, and then I would go. I knew where to go. I go grab my crap and get it later, because sometimes like even though like the big video games and stuff, like if they were on sale, or like the Big Bang Theory, they have their designated areas where they have all that stuff, not realizing that the one that they've carried the entire time, it's the same barcode, so it still counts.
Right.
And it's already there, so if you just go hide that, then people are all rushing to one spot. You just go to your area, boom.
Fair enough.
It's more of a success than a fail.
Right, so. Right. Folks, we are talking Black Friday fails.
We got a chimer.
Yeah, Kendra chimed in. She said, we bought a TV on Black Friday at Target. When we got home, it had missing pixels. Tried to take it back, and they were sold out.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
You know, what you get is what you get sometimes. Though Target has a pretty good return policy. I would imagine, if you held on to it for the 30, 60 day, whatever their electronics one is, after that period of time, they may have had something.
Yeah, that's tough though. Could you imagine you get that smoking TV? You're like, yes, and then you get home and you're like, crap. And,
right. Ugh.
Oh, sorry, sold out.
Frustrating.
We get asked a lot on our deals. Luckily, Costco does weekly deals and stuff. We always get if you're out of stock on it, can I get a rain check on it? No, it's the Black Friday while supplies last.
Right.
Like, that's why they put quantities limited while supplies last.
Yeah, first come, first serve.
So I can't get a rain check on it? Well, I bought it 7 months ago. Can I get it for the price now? No. It's Black Friday. Like, you buy it now.
I don't envy you folks who work in retail, including you, Tony, during this time of year.
You get some crazy stuff, bro.
Yeah.
Definitely some crazy.
Speaking of crazy stuff, there's this story. It says, 1 year, a sleep-deprived shopper was agitated after waiting in line all night for a doorbuster item. When the store's security guard arrived just before the store opened, the shopper mistakenly thought he was another shopper cutting in line, so he punched him. A Reddit user who has since deleted their account saw the incident and said the rogue shopper is now banned from that store for life. Yeah.
That had to have been a Best Buy one, because that used to be people would camp out.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
I forget, like, what was it? There was some hot items the previous years where people would camp out, and it's just like, you're ridiculous. Like,
yeah, well, here's one that follows along those lines. Says people wait in line for all kinds of absurd things on Black Friday, but you have to draw the line somewhere. Reddit user Lineman72T hit his threshold when he saw a couple spend 14 hours in line just to buy a bunch of $2 bath towels. No.
Stick it in my thresher.
Well, folks, that does it for Black Friday fails.
Black Friday fails.
Call-in topic for tomorrow is bridging the holiday movie gap. Obviously, we're out of the Halloween horror movie season. It's maybe a little too early to start watching the Christmas movies. So what are you watching to bridge that gap in between? We want to know. We want to hear from you. Call the Fenix Line at 855-FENIX-RADIO and let us know what you are doing to bridge the holiday movie gap. Folks, when we come back, we've got our next segment called Different But the Same. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a few.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So mommy's gonna teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes, right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops, the rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable. But how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
We are live outside the home of Joe and Rosie Goddard, where a pretty big tickle fight broke out just minutes ago. Sources say their father instigated the laughter. Let's go inside for a comment. Apparently, they have no comment. Dads, let this be a reminder that it only takes a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
How's it going?
I'm having a stroke.
Are you going to shake my hand?
I'm having a stroke.
Wow, you're not even moving your arm.
I'm having a stroke. When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Hello, Kubo. What have you got planned for today?
Come on, this way.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
It's the most powerful magic there is.
Head outside to discover incredible animals.
Wow.
And beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure. So grab your loved ones and explore a world of possibilities. Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
My teacher said that we should have a plan in case of an emergency. Do we have one?
First thing I'm gonna do is grab a flashlight with dead batteries.
I'm going to start randomly throwing clothes in the bag. You two will be hiding in the closet and Dad won't be able to find you.
And that's when we both start crying.
Uncontrollably. Can you pass the cutlets?
Winging it is not an emergency plan. Make sure your kids know what to do during an emergency, who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Search Ready Kids at nyc.gov or call 311. Brought to you by the New York City Office of Emergency Management and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media, the future of broadcasting. Listen live at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix Radio Show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. Indeed. This is the Kristian Fenix Radio Show on a Wednesday, November 11th. Now, we talk about it a couple times each show, and in fact, we mentioned it in the last segment. It is the Fenix Line, a 24-hour day, 7-day-a-week voicemail line, giving you guys the opportunity to chime in on anything whatsoever. It's a voicemail. You know how it works. You leave a message after the beep. No human interaction at all. It's like a coronavirus DoorDash. It's contactless delivery. Now, if you do want to call in, that number is 855-PHOENIX-RADIO. That's 855-FENIX-RDO or 855-336-4973. You can chime in on our call-in topic for tomorrow of what you're watching to bridge the holiday movie gap. Again, all we ask is that you keep it entertaining. We'll compile those together, put them out in a future show. And for those of you that do call in to chime in on the call-in topic of the day, you're also entered into a chance to win our Fenix Fan Gear giveaway, which is a Fenix hat, shirt, and maybe some other goodies as well. So there's more incentive to call in now more than ever. Tony, you're on mute.
Well, that's good. At least I didn't interrupt you during any of that. So you didn't hear the coronavirus.
Nope.
You didn't get interrupted during
Nope.
any of that. So, nope, I did. When you said corona, I played it. And I was like, oh, well, it's good. It didn't interrupt them. So, no, I do good about muting on the break. I'm not always good about unmuting. So,
it's all
but
right.
no, there should be a good soundbite for, like, Fenix Fan Gear.
Guess what, bitch? Coronavirus!
I shouldn't say that, but you guess what, bitch? Fenix Gear.
The less Cardi B I have to hear, the better.
Ugh. I was going to share in entertainment. I was reading an article yesterday when I was trying to find entertainment news that Geezer Butler of Black Sabbath, he was asked what he thought of WAP, which stands for wet ass pierogi. And he said it is terrible. He's like, it is such a bad look for America. And he's like, but I'm 71 and I'm an old fart. What do I know? But he goes, I heard a little girl singing it and it mortified me.
Right. Well, what makes me wonder is, and I saw a meme that perfectly summed it up. Last year, radio stations banned Baby It's Cold Outside. However, WAP is a #1 single. How?
Yeah.
How?
Because people like pierogies. Pierogies are good.
Well, speaking of other things that people like, movies.
Hey, I thought you say, speaking of pierogies.
I'm trying to segue this. Let's transition the segment here. Folks, we're talking different but the same. This is something we've done months in the past. I'm going to run down a single line description that can describe one of two very different movies. See if Tony can guess them. So,
ooh, yeah.
Let's go ahead and kick things off with this description. Enjoys making traps to punish bad people.
Ooh.
What two movies could that describe?
Okay. Enjoys making traps. Oh, it's Home Alone. I almost said The Punisher, because I was like, punish the Punisher. No,
nope.
The traps. Kevin McAllister.
Exactly. Now, can you guess?
How old is he? 40 now?
He is. That's scary. Can you guess what the second movie is that description describes? Enjoys making traps to punish bad people. I'll give you a hint, Tony.
Do you want to play a game?
Oh, Saw.
Yep.
Wow.
Two vastly different movies with a very similar premise.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Here's another one. Give you the log line. See if you can guess both movies, Tony. A child is taken away, and a parent will go to great lengths to rescue them.
Taken is one. And it ain't Taken 2 through 7.
Nope.
But Kramer versus Kramer. Gets to great lengths. He lost his kid. Now he's got to go to the divorce court and battle his ex-wife.
It's a good guess, but think a little more.
I knew it wasn't gonna be Kramer versus Kramer.
Think a little more kid-friendly. Finding Nemo.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah. All right, let's move on with different but the same. Here's the line for you, Tony. A bitter old man loses his wife, befriends his young Asian neighbor who helps him overcome his bitterness and cynicism. What two movies does that describe?
Oh, crap. It's The Bitter Old Man.
I'll give you a hint. One falls in the line of Finding Nemo from the last question.
Oh, well, one will be Up. So that'll be one for that. The other one, though, I don't know.
All right, here's your hint, Tony. Get off my lawn.
Is it Gran Torino?
It is.
Well, I thought about it for a second, but oh yeah, you're right. He does. Okay, yeah. This guy's little. That was it was a good movie, but it was very racist too. But I think that was his character was meant to be that.
Right. I think it was.
Yeah.
Putting that at the forefront, but
get off my lawn.
Let's move on with
Eastwood film, though.
Different but the same. Oh, great movie. Speaking of great movies, here's your line, Tony. Resourceful guy left alone on Christmas Eve beats the criminals.
Well, one's gonna be Home Alone, and
Again.
then the other's gonna be Die Hard.
Yep. Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon.
Have a little. Come on over. We'll have a few laughs.
All right, moving on. Different but the same. Here's one that is very actor specific. Edward Norton fights his alter ego from taking him over.
Oh, Fight Club.
Got one of them. What's the second?
The Incredible Hulk.
Nailed it. Look at Tony, the movie buff.
I'm pretty good at this. I mean, sometimes I need a little hint, though.
All right, let's move on. I think you'll get one, maybe not the other, depending on where you were in life when the second one came out. But here's the line for you. The protagonist discovers he or she has been living in a fantasy world where all his or her actions are controlled and has to learn to fight the forces of evil using innate skills that look like magic to those observing.
Well, is one The Matrix?
That
and
is
it
correct.
wouldn't be the sequels. The other would be...
I'll give you this hint, Tony. This is one that you wouldn't have seen alone. You'd either see with the ex-wife or a girlfriend.
Oh. It's going to be a girly flick.
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, geez. Okay. So it's like...
Lives in a fantasy world. All actions are controlled. Looks like they're using magic by those around them.
Oh, I don't know the second one.
It's Walt Disney's Enchanted.
Oh, gotcha.
Where she's a Disney princess who comes to the real world. Sadly, I've seen bits and pieces of it, but, you know.
Yeah, never got stuck watching that, so don't know that one. I've heard of it, but that was a good one. I guess you could tie that together.
Yep. Here's one I know you're going to get the first one. The second one, maybe not so much. Here's the line for you. They're going to need a bigger boat.
Well, Jaws for sure. And then the second one, because they've spoofed it in so many movies, too.
They have. This one's a little more literal. For instance, here, I'll give you a hint. It's a Russell Crowe biblical movie.
Okay. Oh, Noah's Ark. Well, it'll just be Noah.
It is just Noah. That's it.
Okay, just Noah.
All right, moving on. Here's one, Tony, that a little bit of wordplay, so you got to look at it from two different ways.
Okay.
Here's the line. Brave adventurers stop the Rock from ruining everything.
Like the actor, The Rock. Oh, that one's going to be Armageddon and Deep Impact.
Ooh, not Deep Impact, but you were on the right track with the wordplay of The Rock.
Oh, okay. So it is going to be something with The Rock. Okay, so the other one would be San Andreas.
Nope. Think of where adventurers are trying to stop The Rock, where The Rock's playing a bad guy.
Oh, where he's a bad guy?
Where he's a bad guy. Maybe a poorly CGI'd bad guy.
Oh, the Scorpion King.
The Mummy Returns, yep.
Oh, okay, crap.
All right, let's move on.
I forget. I'm like, well, he was a bad guy, but you're right. He was. He was a bad guy. He was the Scorpion King in The Mummy Returns first before he got a spinoff.
He was, and the CGI was so bad. He looked like a terribly animated PS1 character and just not great. All right, here's another long one, and I don't know if you've seen either of these movies, so we'll give it a try. Crazy, manipulative lady pretends to be a girl's mother, essentially keeps her hostage, and eventually tries to kill her quote-unquote daughter when she tries to escape.
Mommy Dearest?
Nope.
Nope, okay. Can't think too much in the mom things. One of them's going to be... is one Cinderella?
You're close. I'll give you the hint that they're both animated. One is CG, one is stop motion.
One's, God, what was that? Tangled. So that's going to be the CG one, and then the other's Sleeping Beauty.
Nope. This one I don't think you've seen, so I'll give it to you. It's Coraline.
Yeah, Coraline, and it's a Tim Burton one, right? Tim Burton type film.
It's similar. He actually had nothing to do with it. It's from Leica Entertainment, who made Kubo and the Two Strings.
Strings, yeah.
Yeah, that one's freaky for kids.
Yeah, I never saw that one.
All right, Tony, and finally, before we close out this segment of different but the same, you'll get this one. Jim Carrey really hates bats.
He really hates bats. That's going to be two Jim Carrey movies, right?
Yep.
Okay, so one will be Batman Forever as the Riddler, and then the second one will be Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls. Guano.
Chicago. Folks, that does it for this segment of Different But the Same. When we get back, we are headed into the final segment of the show. It's time for This Day in History. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a little bit.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool, and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org, brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Allison is perfect. I mean, she'd never tell you that. She's humble and perfect. She likes everyone. She even likes her untidy roommate's weird guinea pig. Allison, wait, are you texting and driving? Allison, no. That's the exact opposite of what I was just saying about you. Why, Allison? Why? Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media, the future of broadcasting. Explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix Radio Show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. Well, folks, we did it. We made it to the final segment of this episode of the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. It's a Wednesday, November 11th. Now, if you missed a portion of the show or you want to go back and catch up on any of the previous shows, it's easy enough to do so. Head over to phoenixmedia.us, click on the show's link, scroll on down to the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. From there, you can get video, you can get audio as well, or head over to wherever you get podcasts. Apple, Google, Stitcher, Spotify, Anchor Breaker, TuneIn, iHeart, Doozer, Dozer, Geezer, Gozer.
Are you a god?
No! What is that from?
I don't know. I sampled it, as I muted it, sampled it, and it just, I figured I threw a curveball no at you.
I appreciate it.
I mean, we're not safe from Stay Puft, thanks to Mr. No! We're screwed.
Well, folks, while there is still time before Mr. Stay Puft gets to you, head over and subscribe. That way you always have the latest episode. Leave a review, let us know what you think, and tell your friends. Because why, Tony?
I'm Batman.
Because I'm Batman.
Sharing is caring. Yeah, sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. Well, folks, as we do each and every day at this portion of the show, we like to drop a little knowledge on you. Hopefully make you laugh at the same time. It is time for This Day in History.
Crossing the globe for the stories that turn the world on its head. It's This Day in History with your correspondent on the beat,
Kristian Fenix.
Thanks, Siri. All right, this day in 1675, German mathematician Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz demonstrates integral calculus for the first time to find the area under the graph of y equals fx function. Tony, do you know the answer to that one?
Yes, it is going to be xes. If you carry the f to the fourth dimension and slide it over, that's how you get your answer.
Nailed it.
Yeah, inconceivable! I'm a mathematician, you know. When you said Gottfried, man, I heard the rest of that like in the Gilbert Gottfried voice.
Affleck.
Why am I not surprised? I'm mulching over here.
We may have to add that to your repertoire of impressions at some point.
I got to practice it, yeah. That is a rusty... I used to do that as a kid. My mom hated it. Like, I would try to quote Iago on Aladdin. Dude, she hated it. She used to call him a little pervert, too. Little squinty-eyed pervert. And I'm like, what the hell's a pervert, man?
We move on. This day in 1745, Bonnie Prince Charles' army enters England. I don't know if I'd want to be known as Bonnie Prince Charles.
Yeah. I'm Bonnie Prince Charles. I'm going to invade jolly old England. Shut up, Bonnie.
This day in 17.
Reminds me of the How I Met Your Mother episode I watched with Swarley.
Oh.
Call me Swarley.
We've watched that one recently, too.
Okay, Bonnie.
Moving on.
Swirls Barkley.
This day in 1775, Mohawk military leader Joseph Brant goes to London to solicit more support from the government and to persuade the crown to address past Mohawk land grievances in exchange for their participation as allies in the impending war.
Yeah. Got to go to Mohawk land, man. That's where it's at. Everybody's got bitchin' Mohawks.
This guy looks like Rufio from Hook.
Oh, sweet, from Hook.
Yeah.
Looky, I got a hooky.
Moving on, this day in 1807, Washington Irving's Salmagundi periodical is published, first to associate the name Gotham with New York City. Hey, that plays into your I'm Batman.
Oh, it's like I knew it was coming.
How could you not
protect
know?
Gotham.
You're the show host that Gotham needs, that Gotham doesn't deserve. How does that go again?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I got to refreshen up on some of these Batman stuff. I still got to finish Gotham. Speaking of Gotham, man, like I still have not finished that series. It's on Netflix. I don't know why I haven't finished it.
To be fair, I haven't either.
Dude.
Yep.
Such a good show, though.
Add it to the list. All right. We're talking, obviously, at the top of each hour about today being Veterans Day. Well, this day in 1921, U.S. President Warren G. Harding dedicates Tomb of the Unknown Soldier at Arlington Cemetery. So, again, that's basically for all of those who didn't make it back, it's a tomb that sort of represents all of those folks. And, again, we thank you for your service.
Absolutely. And Warren G. still had to regulate.
He did.
Mount up.
This day in 1925, Louis Armstrong and his Hot Five begin their first recording session, at which point he's recruited by Bill and Ted's Daughters to come back and make the ultimate band.
Excellent!
What a wonderful world!
That movie was not great.
No! Don't make fun of my movie. Christian.
It was non-heinous. All right.
Secret cloud.
This day in 1925, American scientist Robert A. Millikan announces the discovery of cosmic rays, which then transform the Richards family into 4 cosmic beings known as the Fantastic Four. Oh, wait, no, that was all made up.
Okay, I was going to say, Fantastic Four was created by Dick Ray. All right.
Was it really?
Richard?
Oh, no. Richard Millikan, okay.
Yeah, Dick Milligan. Big Dick Milligan Ford here. We're going to get some rays. It's going to be cosmetic and it's going to be cosmic. Come on down today at Dick Ray's Ford. Located off the old highway of Milliken, you hear?
Here's something that, I never even knew about. Maybe it's a good way to keep your beer cold and make it go through time at the same time. This day in 1930, patent number US 1781541 is awarded to Albert Einstein and Leo Szilard for their invention of the Einstein refrigerator.
Oh. Hey, Shooter, let's go down to the Sizzler. Huh? You got great steak.
They keep things cold with the Einstein refrigerator.
And they're right by Einstein bagels.
Moving on, this day in 1933, Billie Holiday's second song and first hit, Riffin' the Scotch, is released. You spend much time riffing the Scotch, Tone?
Oh, daily, man. That's how you beat the Rona. You riff the Scotch. Riff the Scotch. Riff the Scotch. Riff the Scotch. Okay, that's terrible. I like that.
This day in 1954, the publication of The Two Towers, the second volume of The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien and George Allen and Unwin in London. I assume that they are the publishers, whereas J.R.R. Tolkien was obviously the author. Great movie series. So glad that it exists.
Come to my two towers, sir, with my precious.
Masters loves to riff the scotches.
This day in 1963, Brian Epstein and Ed Sullivan sign a 3-show contract for the Beatles. Obviously, it was their appearance on the Ed Sullivan Show that made them huge stars throughout the U.S. and the world, for that matter.
Yeah, that's good. The only bad thing, though, is if you got the last name Epstein, even if it was before that creeper, it just associates. It's just bad.
Yeah.
It sucks to have that name.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Not good news. Also not good news.
But great news for the Beatles, though.
Yeah.
The Beatles.
Not great news for this guy in 1969. Jim Morrison is arrested on an airplane by the FBI for drunkenness. Boy, that guy did not do himself any favors.
Some guys have all the luck. Couldn't you imagine, like, today, like, the FBI, I don't think would arrest you on there. It'd be like the air marshals, of course, then you'd be detained when you landed. But, man, James Morrison, rebel. Did I say James?
Jim. Yeah, I'm sure James is his proper name.
Jim.
This day in 1987, Van Gogh's Irises sells for a record $53.6 million at auction. That's nuts.
Who's got that kind of money for art? Like, just to throw it away? Yes, I'd like to do. I'd buy that, 53 million. Charge it on my black MasterCard, would you, please? Yes. Buffy, please get the car. We just bought a painting. 53 million.
Well, and finally, as a point of comparison for that, this day in 1994, Bill Gates buys Leonardo da Vinci's Codex for $30,800,000. So roughly 24 million less than Van Gogh's for Leonardo da Vinci, who's arguably one of the greatest artists of all time.
Yes. And it's Leonardo DiCaprio's birthday. Leonardo the Ninja Turtle's awesome too.
Well, folks, we're going to go head into the holidays for today.
Holidays!
Obviously, today is Veterans Day. Thank you guys again for your service. Today is National Air Day, obviously commemorating those in the air services. It's Death and Duty Day, again, commemorating those who have served. It's Geographic Information Systems Day. Has nothing to do with veterans. It is National Sunday Day. You would think that would fall on a Sunday, but oh well.
Hey, today's Sunday Day. Go ahead and take the day off.
Origami Day, so get folding those papers.
Or play Paper Mario.
There you go. It's Pocky Day,
King.
the Asian snack, basically a breadstick covered in chocolate.
Yeah, Pock.
Tony, these next two are for you. Today is National Singles Day, and it's National Metal Day. So, folks, go rock your favorite metal album. We'll be back tomorrow for a Thursday edition of the Kristian Fenix Radio Show with Florida Man. We'll see you guys tomorrow.